Hey guys, it's Stefan from the Hypomanic Entrepreneur. Today I want to tell you all more about how to kind of unleash more of the power that reading actually has for you, how to actually look at major books like these and actually see what can these books actually do for you. Like, why should you spend a lot of time, maybe hours, reading through hundreds of pages, and what can you get out of it, or how to find out how to get the most out of this. I recommend, as a prerequisite for this video, I recommend you check out yesterday's video about the power of why and purpose, because this video builds more upon that previous video, because it kind of expands. When you have that purpose, when you have that why, you know, you get a better basis, better foundation of, okay, you know what you're going for. So okay, next step is, okay, how do you get there? And when you have a strong how, a strong why of what you're aiming for, then it's easier for your brain to figure out, okay, how do you actually get there? And that's a fundamental building block for this video as well. Like, you there is tremendous potential and power in actually getting the right information that you need. And I'm not saying that books like books are the only source of information. Far from it. It's in your network, building connections with great people, uh, with expanding your social media profile, having a strong network in your physical circle if you have that, and actually setting up your social media, your contact list, and so on, so that it actually works in your favor. But and watching YouTube has a lot of great stuff. There's a lot of great content on courses. But what you have to understand, right, is that most of these courses, most of these YouTube videos, and so on, are the beginning steps, right? The beginning steps for getting the front level and surface level information that you need to step further into a certain field. And it's when you kind of, okay, now you have kind of get the foundation and fundamentals from that, and maybe that's useful to get started. But then you need to go. Then you want to learn more. You want to go further, and that's where the detailed books come in. That maybe these a lot of these videos, these courses, and so on, uh, are based on reading books like this. But of course, the introductory videos, the introductory courses won't go that far into it. But if you actually want to go deeper into it, you're thinking to yourself, okay, you work in this field, or you have a business in this niche, or that you're aiming for something, and this is kind of one step to get further towards your goals. And you're like, okay, this course or this video got me a step ahead, but I want to go even further, right? And that's when books like these come into the picture, right? Like, for instance, let's say this one, right? This DAX, more kind of intermediate, advanced level Power BI, right? If you've experimented a bit with Power BI, looked beyond the like basic Power BI videos, experimented, tried a bit of projects with Power BI, and want to kind of go further upon that, and you're thinking, okay, it will real benefit me, and be beneficial for me to get a more advanced level, to actually take the next step with having higher quality Power BI reports, higher quality uh, uh, data that I'm processing through through my data analysis and so on. Then you find books that actually support you towards your goal, and you don't think about how many pages it is. Think about how much value is in this book for you. Okay, if it's 100 pages, 1,000 pages, what matters is the values, the insights you're actually getting from the book. And this is the same for all things. It's like, okay, if you want to learn more about Power BI, if you want to learn more about Power Automate, if you want to learn Python, if you want to learn other programming, if you want to, like, this applies generally, right? if you want to learn a more advanced level of something and you want to go further, you have to go you have to do more than the average person is willing to, and that's where books come in really handy, because it goes much more into detail about the technical things you need to learn than the surface level stuff, right? Anyone can take tutorials online, but not everyone is willing to go 400 pages deep into a textbook and actually see, okay, how can I apply this in practice for my benefit, right? And that's that's how you unleash the power of reading. You use your reading to find the right. It's not just reading for the sake of reading, reading for the sake of telling people you read, reading for the sake of uh, you know, convincing yourself that you're smart. It's reading for the sake of actually building knowledge, building competence, building your skills, because you see the potential that it has for getting you further towards where you want to go, and supplementing your knowledge and skills more than you get from other sources. So I would say that when you have a goal, when you have a purpose and you're pursuing that, look for what information do you need, what kind of insights do you need, and sure, it's great if you have great contacts who can help you with these things. If you find great videos online, great courses online, and so on, that's absolutely fantastic. But don't underestimate more how much deeper insights you can get if you want to take the next level. You can get from the right books, and always remember that if you're going to buy books, if you're going to pursue more books, you have to for this to actually unleash this potential in reading. You have to first think about exactly that. Why are you buying this book? Why do you want to read this book? What do you want to get out of this book? Because if you don't have an intention behind the book, if you're not reading with intentionality, then it's much less likely that you're going to get much of it in the first place. Um, but if you have intentionality behind it, uh, what I would recommend is using the technique by Luc Belmar, which is basically taking the book first, right, and looking at reviewing the table of contents, right, first. Okay, checking how, like, what is actually this book about, and then kind of skimming first, right? Skimming to kind of pick up the general tendencies, and then when you've done that, you read it kind of a second time more carefully, maybe, where you kind of focus on, okay, which are the more important parts for my situation, and that's when you pay more careful attention to actually pick up and learn more on a more deeper basis. You maybe use a marker to mark out the important parts, use a pen to write notes, and so on, whatever works for you. But yeah, that's what I would say is what you can do to unleash the power of reading. Remember that there's great wisdom to be found and great power that comes with knowledge and wisdom. So pursue it um, at your own caution, so to speak, and just know that there are a lot of opportunities for those who know things that other people don't know. So yeah, that's all we have to say for today. Let me know in the comments what you all think about this video, and be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy this video, and I will see you all tomorrow.